Welcome everybody to the Uplands.
Just be natural.
Alright, today we're gonna give you... Welcome everybody to the Upland Brothers YouTube channel. We're happy to be here with you and thank you for joining us. Today we're gonna give you a channel update. We're gonna go over our favorite moments from last season, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna be talking about the Invitational, right? Which my brother's gonna be touching on that a little bit, and then we're gonna be talking about the hunting plans that we have this year, which should be really exciting, right? So
should be exciting.
Tell us about the channel update. Where are we at? Where we stand?
Well, I think last year we were just kind of going out and throwing a GoPro on our heads, and just, you know, at the end we came back home. We did whatever we could to just put a video together with the footage, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's not ideal. That's not what you're looking for. That's not how you make a video. But we did see a great response from everybody. Right?
Yeah, I was like watching some of our videos. I'm like, wow, there's so many things we could have done better.
Right.
But we were learning, right? And that's when some of the things we're excited for. I mean, you got a nice camera. We got some microphones. We got a drone. We're trying to, you know, add all those things together for the next season. So it should be really exciting.
Yeah, I think the idea is to produce quality video as well as quality audio. You know, kind of build up a little bit of a story into our videos.
Right, exactly.
So the reason why we're doing this, because we don't really show our face in our videos or anything like that. So we want to be a little more personal, you know. So have you guys get to know us a little bit better. I think that's part of the goal. That's kind of what we want to achieve. Is kind of what we're looking to carry on for next year, right?
Right, yeah, and we're excited for that. And we're really thankful for you guys joining us. We've hit 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty awesome, and I have no idea how that happened. But we're excited for it, and we want to talk about a little bit about last season, right? And our favorite moments in Maine when we were hunting grouse up there. You know, tell me about the first day. Once we got there off the truck, what did it feel like?
So the first day was kind of funny. We drove like maybe 8 hours. We left home really early. I think the whole idea was trying to get there and at least to squeeze an afternoon hunt, you know.
Yeah.
We have been looking some maps. We actually work together and we sit next to each other, and we have been doing some scouting at work on our computers with
a lot of scouting.
Probably our boss will not be happy if he hears about this, but
we should scratch that one up. Cut the footage.
So we had done some research and we had some plans of where to go. Got to the cabin. As soon as we got there, drop everything off, ran down a dirt road with our dogs, stop in the first spot, worked 5 minutes to the left, 5 minutes to the right, and boom, point.
Right. And you know, when we run those beepers, you hear it from a distance.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
When they're on point mode.
And then, yeah, on point mode. And then, honestly, just run right to it. I remember Lila gets on point. Leo is behind with the back, right? Yeah. And then, all of a sudden, I come around this tree line, and I was like, woodcock, right? And it flushes up, and bam! And you know me, you know, throughout the videos, you're gonna hear it's like, yeah!
No, he didn't say yeah. He was like, let's go! That's kind of what he was doing. Let's go! Honestly, I mean, I can't blame him. We were so excited. It was such a nice moment. We'd never been there before. It was completely like unseen, you know. Didn't know what to expect, right? We're just looking at maps. I mean, hit the first spot. Boom, dogs on point, and boom, one woodcock, and he shoots it right on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't get any better than that. I mean, we work another 5 minutes later,
probably, yeah.
And boom, another point, another woodcock. He shoots it as well, right off the bat. I mean, we're not even hunting for 20 minutes in Maine. He had already shot 2 woodcocks, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, that was, honestly, I don't think I've ever... It was just such a great experience. I mean, it was awesome. And then later after that, right, we go to another cut. We go into like 3 more grouse, but then we couldn't. It was just difficult to connect. That was the first time we get into the grouse there, right?
We got into maybe like 10 grouse that afternoon. It was like from 5 in the afternoon until it got dark, pretty much. Yeah,
and we're coming back the road. We're going back to the truck, and we figure out what the golden hour is, right?
Yeah.
Because all the grouse are out in the, you know, right on the roads. But then it was just so great. You know, but let's talk about Leo's progression, you know, because he had never hunted grouse, right?
Yeah, I mean, he went to New Hampshire last year, but he was a 7-month-old puppy, which some people out there are already hunting with a 7-month-old puppy,
true.
and they're doing good. However, I mean, we don't have grouse around here. So for him, he was only being in chuckers yet.
Right.
So chuckers is something, you know, it's a training bird. It's a dumb bird, if anything, right? So that's all he was used to. But this past year, he was actually like a year and a half by the time we got out there. And he got on his first bird that he figured out. We actually ground pounded that bird. Not what I wanted to do, not what we were out there for, but he did some really hard work. He got into a bird, and really he got into that bird. I didn't want that bird to get away. I wanted to give him a reward. And oh boy, did that pay off, right?
Right. I mean, we can see the progression throughout the video. We actually made our second video about that, right? And we get to a point where he actually tracks a bird for, I mean, I want to say 100 yards. Maybe it was a little less, but I like to say it's 100 yards. It just sounds nice. But we ended up now being able to close out on that one, which was that's what you hear us going like, dang it.
I literally smashed a tree. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hurt my wrist after that, but I mean, he pinned this bird literally right against the rock. We made it all the way up there to the top of that hill. He was holding point really nice. You're coming from where he is at. I'm coming from the bottom.
Yeah.
And then bird gets up right between the two of us, and we, you know, right into cover. Yeah. And we both miss it. So that was not great, but he did a great job on keeping up with that bird.
Yeah. If there's something I've noticed when we were up there, is a lot of the times the dogs would be on point, but when we get there, the bird's not there, right? So it was part of the dogs figuring out the process of like, hey, the bird's not here anymore, let me move on. And at the same time, balancing that with not over pressuring the bird, because you know, how many times did we do wild flushes, right? Because they would over pressure it, and you know, they only go hunting grouse for 1 week of the year, right? So it's understandable, but we were pretty happy with all the contact that we were getting, right?
Yeah, we were happy with the contact. I mean, I think that day, you know, and that first day and the second day was when we shot that bird for Leo. And then a few days after that, I think we kept doing well throughout the week. So is there any other moment that you can recall, maybe we can touch on?
Yeah, the last one would be, I think, Bobby's first grouse. I think that was a nice time, you know, when Leo is on a bird and then this bird ends up flushing out and across the road, and then he takes this crazy shot, and he was hunting grouse in New York for 2 years, right? So that was his first grouse in Maine, and it was a good time. So, but overall, I mean, it was a good trip. We went with good friends, and we really enjoyed it, you know. So
it was a good trip. I mean, we then came back from Maine. We did some state land hunting. Honestly, I love quail hunting. State lands, they're not wild birds, but it's really what we have.
Yeah, it is.
They're a lot of fun. You get really good bird dog work out of them. I mean, you get nice points and backs, and the dogs can run quite a bit and expand. So that's, you know, another favorite moments of mine was the first day we got out there on quail, and there was a leftover pheasant.
Yeah.
Totally unexpected. But it flushed right in front of us. My brother got a shot on it. And he put it on the bag, and so that was a really good day.
I was shooting with number 7, number 8.
7.5 or 8 shot.
Yeah, and it was pretty far. So I think I hit it on the first one, and then I took it on the second one as well. That was actually a good moment. I forgot about that.
That was a good moment. I loved that day. And then, you know, we made a couple of videos about pheasant hunting state land and how underrated it really is. Yeah. You know, the reason why I decided to call it underrated is because it truly is. You know, everybody kind of knocks down on state birds, and you know, these are dumb pheasants and whatnot. They're not wild. Sure, that's the case, but that's really all we have. I mean, unless we take a trip somewhere, we kind of have to start somewhere. And a lot of people, a kid especially, you know, it's kind of nice and easier for them to get started on it, and then they get hooked on, right?
Yeah, and really here we live in New Jersey. Any chance at a, you know, wild pheasant, we'd have to go to far west
many
to do
hours
that.
away.
You know, but we hope to do that sometime soon, right? But then after that, you know, the season ended and we started doing some training, right? We decided to do the Master Hunter test. We're going to do it with both dogs, but, you know, Lila got injured, right? She broke a toe and she was out of commission for like a month and a half, right?
Yeah,
that was a
almost
tough
2
time.
months. Yeah, that was tough. But basically, something we really haven't talked about on our channel is we do a lot of NAVHDA training. I got started with Lila. Lila was my first bird dog. And then my brother and I decided to get Leo together the year after that. So I ran NA with Lila. Then I ran UT with her and Leo last year. My brother handled Leo on NA the previous year when he was like 6 months old. They got a prize one. You were getting married the year before, so you couldn't really train him for UT.
Yeah.
Then I took on the training, and it just kind of got all mixed up between Lila and Leo, both of them testing UT at the same time. It was never meant to be that way, but it turned out to be that way. So then I tested both of them. We got a prize one on both of them, which kind of put us on training for the Invitational this year in Ohio. So you can only imagine if you're an NAVHDA person and you know what training for UT and Invitational is like. After, you know, March, we basically stopped doing any work on the YouTube channel because I was so much involved into training for the Invitational. I've been driving all over the place. I've been training hard all over the place. And I think we're in a pretty decent place right now to go test. I mean, today is what, like August 15. So you can imagine, you know, we have about a month away from the Invitational. They're testing on the 16 and 17. It's gonna be in Ohio. And I kind of spent all my summer doing that. We did though test both of them. You did Leo on Master Hunter.
I did.
And he got
three Master Hunters.
3 legs he got, right?
Yeah, he's
in
missing
2 weekends.
3 more. And then you did VHDF with both of them.
Yes.
And you guys killed it, right?
So they did well.
That was good. And then you went into the Invitational. And, you know, how has it been training with, you know, some of the great trainers here in the Northeast? You know, I could think of Kyle Hoff, right?
Yeah, it has been great. It's a lot of work, no matter how you look at it. I've met a lot of really good friends along the way, and a lot of people that have helped me a ton. And you know, kind of like my brother said, you know, without Kyle, he's helped me a whole lot, mentored me big time, so that I could train with the dogs and the dogs can be prepared for the test. So I've spent most of my summer doing that, honestly. That's about it.
It all comes down to that one day, right? Or 2 days, right?
Yeah, it all comes down to the one date for each dog.
Yeah. So he's scheduled to run Leo and Lila Saturday, Sunday as of now, right? Of the Invitational. So, you know, keep us in your prayers on that one.
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to go from there, we're going to go to Montana. So we're going right into our hunting trip after that for a whole week.
Yeah.
We're going to rent an RV. We're just figuring out those details right now, but as soon as the Invitational is over, I'm going to rent an RV and go straight to Montana.
Right.
And we're looking to get into some sage grouse, looking to get into some sharptails and hunts. Now we're being optimistic because we've never been there before.
Nope.
You know, so it could definitely be a bust for us, but you know, we're gonna do all of our scouting that we need to do, you know, and make sure that we're successful, right? And if there's something that we don't lack is the desire to hunt. So I mean, last year we hunted from 9 a.m. all the way down to sundown.
Yeah.
Took lunches on the road, right? And this year we're hoping to do the same and bring you guys some, you know, some good YouTube content. You know, we hope to really step up our game this season.
Yeah, so that's gonna be basically right after the Invitational. We're gonna head out to Montana. Never been to anywhere out west, Montana's gonna be the first place. Everybody knows there's a ton of birds in Montana, so we're gonna give that a shot for sharptail, hunts, and sage grouse, and hopefully we can find some sage grouse. But it's kind of a difficult goal, but we're gonna give it a shot. Since we're gonna be out there, might as well just try it, right?
Yeah.
Then what? We come back to state land.
Come back to state land. I'm gonna do a little bit of ducks and geese, but you know that's something we're getting into now. And then we're gonna go out to maybe New Hampshire for some couple of weekend trips, maybe some Maine. You know, so those details are still yet to be sorted, but we definitely enjoy the grouse hunting. So we're hoping to get a couple of weekends in for this season. Yeah. And then that's not over yet. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. Where are we going next?
I think we're either going to do Idaho for chuckers in January. That's the goal.
That is the goal.
You know, that's kind of a difficult trip because it's really far from us, and we'll have to fly. So there's a lot of logistics to it. If things don't work out there, you probably don't even know, but we got invited to do a Kansas quail hunt.
Oh, so, okay.
You know, we just kind of have to figure out what we're gonna do. Honestly, with all the time we're taking off with invitational training, I don't really have a lot of vacation left for the fall, which is kind of like the downside of training for the invitational.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bittersweet kind of feeling, but we're gonna give the invitation our best shot, and then we're gonna go hunt whatever we can hunt, you know, and you know then hopefully January things work out, we can make it all the way to Idaho.
Yeah.
But I mean that's kind of what we're thinking for this year, right?
That is, and I mean, we have taken you have taken a lot of vacations off, and there's a lot of sacrifices that come with this, you know, invitational test, and you know, I'm sure you're very grateful to your wife, and you know, for all the time that she has allowed you to be out there.
Yeah.
So, and the family, so that's good, but you know, hopefully. You get those two dogs, Leo and Lila. They deserve it, you know. But you put a lot of work into it, so I'm really rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are pretty much our all of the things we want to update you guys in.
Yeah, actually, one last thing I don't want to forget. We kind of quickly mentioned the VHDF.
That's right, yeah.
So we did test. VHDF stands for Versatile Hunting Dog Federation, and that's kind of similar to NAVHDA. It's got some things that are slightly different. I tested both Leo and Lila on their highest testing level, which is the PE level, and it's very similar to a NAVHDA Invitational. Kind of the blind is a little bit shorter. It's like 45 yards instead of 100 and so on. However, you know, there we had a great opportunity to meet Ron.
Oh, that's right.
And then we were able to record a podcast with Ron, which is a ton of fun. A lot of people out there have reached out to us and say, "Hey, that was a great podcast. You know, I really appreciate it. We kind of share our story, where we came from, and you know, Ron is just an awesome host. And I mean, I invite you guys, if you don't know the Hunting Dog Podcast, you should check it out.
Yeah, and I think he just started a YouTube channel too. So, you know, if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out as well. Ron's a good guy.
Yeah. I think he's had it for a while. He's just been uploading a little more often now. Okay. But anyways, just kind of wanted to not overlook that. That was a great opportunity that we had. Hopefully there was a follow-up after the invitational. We can get together and talk a little bit about it again. And you know, see kind of what the results were, a little bit of the back end story of our dogs. If some of you don't know, Lila is a $400 dog, Amish dog that I did a impulsive purchase on, and somehow it turned out to be good. But we're really grateful. We love her. She's a really good dog.
She is a really good dog.
We're gonna give this year, I think, our good shot. And again, a lot of our time and attention is gonna be going towards producing really good content. Check us out on Instagram.
Yeah.
Right. We have an Instagram
Upland
account.
Brothers on Instagram.
Upland_brothers.
Yep.
Right. On Instagram.
And
and watch this. We made hats.
we did. There you go.
So I don't know if the camera can pick that up.
Let us.
But we kind of made some hats.
Yeah.
And let us know if you like them.
Yeah.
Right.
Let us know, and let us know if you guys like this type of content. I mean, we're just coming in and just putting our faces here so you guys get to know us, right? So let us know if you like it in the comment section below. And yeah, we'll hope to see you in the prairies. I can never. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, appreciate it. Take care.